The old house creaked and groaned, settling into the quiet night. Outside, the wind whispered through the trees, and inside, the shadows stretched and danced in the flickering candlelight. It was just another uneventful night in my little corner of the world until the darkness took something from me. I was alone. I remember that distinctly. My friends had gone out for the evening, leaving me to enjoy a rare night in, a night to read, eat takeout, and watch movies with no one telling me to be quiet or to turn off the lights. I relished in the solitude, lost in a world of make-believe where a flickering screen was the only light keeping the monsters in the closet at bay. Then the power went out. The sudden plunge from light to darkness brought with it a flurry of emotions, surprise, annoyance, and a fleeting sense of fear. I reached for my phone, its dim light offering little help in dispelling the oppressive darkness. Then I heard it, a whisper, soft and close as if someone were standing right by my ear. But when I turned my head, there was nothing there, just the closet, the same closet that had housed countless stuffed animals and board games since I was a child. Now, years later, the closet stood as a silent witness to my growing terror. I dismissed the whisper as a figment of my imagination, a byproduct of too many horror movies and an overactive imagination. But then I heard it again, this time closer, more distinct. And with that, my blood ran cold. I could have sworn I heard my name being called, not in a friendly voice, but in a voice that sent shivers down my spine. Adrenaline surged through my veins, making my heart pound against my ribs like a trapped bird. My breathing quickened as I strained to listen, to hear anything that might offer an explanation. Anything but the suffocating silence that seemed to mock my mounting dread. The house groaned again, and I jumped, knocking over my water glass. The sound of shattering glass mingled with the whisper, creating a cacophony of fear that made me want to flee, to run away from the whispering darkness that now seemed to be closing in on me. Each creak, each sigh of the old house became a torment, each shadow a lurking monster. I found myself frozen in place, unable to move, unable to make sense of the terror that was enveloping me. Time seemed to slow, each second echoing in the vast emptiness of the darkened room. The whispers grew louder, forming words that sent shivers down my spine. They spoke of pain, of suffering, and of a darkness that was all-consuming. I wanted to scream, to shatter the silence with my own voice, but terror had stolen my voice, leaving me voiceless and helpless in the face of the encroaching darkness. As the minutes dragged on, I felt a presence in the room with me, a cold, heavy presence that seemed to weigh down the very air. It was a feeling of dread, of absolute and utter fear that I had never known. I stumbled back, my hand brushing against something solid. My fingers traced the outline of a chair, and I sank into it as if my body had a mind of its own. I didn't dare look around. I didn't want to see what else the darkness had brought to life. I just wanted to shrink into the darkness, to become one with the shadows. But the whispers continued, and with them, the promise of something terrible, something that would change my life forever. As the first rays of sunlight began to peek through the windows, the presence lifted and the whispers faded. I was left in the darkness, trembling, my heart still pounding a frantic tattoo against my ribs. When the sun finally chased away the darkness, I emerged from my hiding place, blinking against the bright light. The house seemed different somehow, as if the darkness had seeped into its very walls. I spent the day in a daze, the events of the night before replaying in my mind like a bad dream. And as the night drew in again, I knew I wasn't alone. Sometimes a single night is enough to leave an indelible mark on your soul, reminding you that fear can strike when you least expect it, that the darkness can whisper even in the quietest of rooms.